Failure at 40.
Failure at 40.
Welcome to Failure at 40. I'm Winnie, the producer.
And I'm Chelhie, the life coach, and this is our new podcast.
So, Chel, how would you break down the concept of this podcast for all our new listeners?
So when I think of failure at 40 and what it means, and when I speak to people in general, I tell it from the point of it's about challenging the narratives that society place upon us that we don't necessarily buy into, but somehow we are playing into those narratives, and looking at people who don't have everything that life tells us that we need to have, but are still winning and are still doing great things. And actually, they don't need to have what society tells them to be people of substance or a person of substance. I definitely saw around me when I was first thinking about, the podcast and what it means, people who were just kind of feeling a lot like they weren't living up to the expectations of life and what life needed to mean to them. And actually they realized it wasn't even their own dream, as it were. It was somebody else's. And I just really wanted the opportunity to tell people it's all right not to have what you're told to have. And being a Black female, I think sometimes we forget how much things are against us, not just as people, but as our colour. And that kind of would set us back from maybe being able to maybe possibly have some of the things that everybody else might seem like they've got. And I think we forget that a lot of the times, that we're not all dealing with the same journey,
Yeah.
What about you, Rin?
Same. I think more than anything, I just wanted to remind people that we are not defined by 4 things in life. The 4 things that we are all feeling like are huge milestones that we have to tick off. They're not at all. And if you don't have them, you're still all right. You're still winning in life. There are other things that mark success, and you define those things that mark success. So if you don't get married, so what? Marriage isn't for everybody. And it doesn't mean you failed if you're not married by 40. If you haven't had kids, again, same thing. Kids aren't for everybody. Not everybody is cut out to be a parent, a mum, a dad. And I think a lot of people feel pressure to assume those roles, even when they don't want to, because we're told that that's what we're supposed to do in life. So we created this podcast because I know that I was feeling a lot of pressure as I was approaching 40 and feeling unnecessary disappointment, having not achieved loads of things, and realising I was feeling really down about turning 40 when actually it should be something that we're celebrating. Not everybody gets to the age of 40. Not everybody is healthy enough to achieve this so-called milestone. But I was too busy thinking about all the things that I should have had by 40. And speaking to Chelhie, I realised actually we can't be the only ones who are feeling like we haven't achieved all the stuff we're supposed to achieve. And that's bad, because if there's lots of other people feeling the same way, then we should talk about this. We shouldn't all just be like miserably feeling bad about our lives because we have nothing to feel bad about.
And just like we said, who says that you're not a success if you haven't got X, Y, and Z by the time you're 40? Who says that? Who makes that decision? Nobody except you, but we carry, the thoughts of society with us like it's part of our DNA. And actually, it doesn't matter. And it's actually what you said, Winnie. I concur. And as I turned 40, I just noticed a lot of people around me who were turning 40 were not happy. I was kind of fine with it. I was just happy to reach that age and be blessed and happy and well and all of that kind of stuff. But I noticed people were asking me like, but how do you feel? And I was like, I feel fine. But I realized a lot of people weren't happy, and I was thinking, well, where does this energy come from? Why is collectively so many people feeling like they haven't arrived where they need to arrive by the time they're 40?
Yeah, I think I was too busy focused on what I didn't have rather than what I did, which is a shame. And that made me miss out on probably celebrating in a way that I should have, and I didn't. So having spoken to other people and realising actually this is wrong and we shouldn't all feel like this, the podcast was born. And here we are celebrating people who aren't all achieving the things that society say you're supposed to, but still doing great things.
I feel like we're trying to do surgery on society, and just try and fix that bit that everybody thinks should be a certain way. We're going like, no, actually we're gonna change that, and we're gonna kind of just really pick away at it. And that's what we've done. And I think you can feel the greatness that's being discussed and that's being unfolded in people's minds as we discuss it on the interviews. And to me, that's amazing.
Over the next few weeks, we will be talking to people from all different walks of life, male, female, in their 30s and in their 40s, who all share their really interesting, insightful, and inspirational stories with us. So make sure you come back week after week and join us here at Failure at 40.
Failure at 40.
Welcome to Failure at 40. Failure at 40. Failure at 40. Failure at 40. Failure at 40.